All right, lovely. So today we're going to focus a lot on downward facing dog. It's a pose that some teachers refer to as a restful pose. Definitely not restful for me. It brings a lot of pressure on the shoulders, the elbow, the wrists, works a lot on the hamstrings. So what I've decided to do today is give you a couple of options. So the first option is as per normal, and I'll go through that during the flow, obviously, is to go to a normal position where the hands and the feet are on the ground, no problem. There's another option you can use, but again, if you decide to use this option, please make sure the blocks that you're going to use aren't going to slip away. So on the mat, usually it's nice and secure. So instead of having the hands directly on the floor, just elevate a little bit, and that creates a little bit more space. So that makes it a little bit less challenging. And the third option, I'm going to bring a chair. So I'll leave the chair here so that I can demonstrate. Again, please make sure that if you're using a chair, it's nice and secure. So luckily for me, I've got the wall just behind, so my chair isn't going to go anywhere. And then instead of having the hands on the mat, you can have the hands on the chair and then do exactly the same type of movement with all the different flows, but using the chair for support. So 3 options. If you feel like you want the chair, maybe nice an opportunity to bring a chair nearby or have your blocks nearby. All right, now I've done my little bit of logistic at the beginning of this session, so you have everything you need. Coming onto the floor, and last bit of caution, if you feel that something doesn't feel right, your arms or your shoulders, your wrists feel tired, simply gently bring the knees back down on the mat when we are in downward facing dog, and take a break. Just follow your own path and listen to your body. Don't go through pain. All right, now finding your way down onto the mat, sitting down on the floor. And before we start this session, just adding a little bit of movement, tapping the back of the knees on the ground, circling the feet, just releasing, waking up the limbs, the joints, and then crossing the legs, coming to seated position, maybe gently rocking from side to side here, just really finding that spot, that contact between the sitting bone and the mat. And finding the center, gently circling the arms, rolling the head, just releasing any tension from anywhere, awakening the joints, the neck. And when you're done, bringing the hands on top of the knees, palms facing up or down, whichever you prefer, and closing the eyes. Just taking the next few moments to allow yourself to arrive in the practice. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you right now. You don't need anything for the next hour, just simply your breath and the awareness of the breath. Taking one big inhale through the nose and releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Sending a signal to the mind, to the body, that it's now time to settle down. Allowing the thoughts to slow down and creating space, stillness in the body. Tuning in with the body, shifting the awareness from the outside to the inside. Taking a moment to scan the body as if greeting each part of the body, Starting with the toes, maybe gently wriggling the toes, becoming aware of each individual toe. Noticing any sensation happening in the feet, the side of the foot in contact with the ground, the ankles. Becoming aware of sensation in the calves, the shins, the knees. Noticing the hands resting on the knees and the sensation of pressure and heaviness. Noticing sensations happening in the arms, the heaviness of the arms. Coming back to the legs, the thighs, becoming aware of sensation in there, sensation in the hips, the sitting bone in contact with the ground. Noticing this sensation of rooting and grounding, the heaviness of the body, sitting down. Bringing the awareness to the back and starting at the base of the spine, becoming aware of sensations there. Following the spine, going up, just like going up a ladder, becoming aware of the sensation around the spine, the area around there, the lower back, the middle of the back, and the upper back with the shoulder blades. Noticing the back of the rib cage, gently lifting up and down, following the breath. Traveling through the front of the body, starting at the navel, becoming aware of sensations there. Becoming aware of the movement of the tummy, following the breath, with the tummy lifting up with the inhale, and slowly coming back down with the exhale. And following the movement upwards, becoming aware of sensation around the chest, the shoulders, the neck. Noticing the space around the neck, between the head and the shoulders. And as we become aware of that space, maybe noticing the spine, the neck strengthening, becoming longer, as if the head was lifting a little bit higher. And bringing the awareness to the face and gently relaxing the muscles around the face, relaxing the muscles around the eyes, the jaws, the mouth, noticing the sensation of the skin relaxing and expanding. And finally, visualizing the whole of the body sitting down on the mat, feeling rooted, grounded, feeling heavy, connected. And at the same time, perhaps noticing this sensation of becoming lighter, as if the body had started to hover just above the ground, floating. Starting to engage the Ujjayi breath, creating the sound with the breath. Noticing how the cycle of the breath has started to deepen and lengthen. And just before we start the practice, formulating an intent for your class today, whatever that is you need today, maybe patience, grounding, releasing, anything you need. And then slowly opening the eyes, keeping a soft gaze, bringing movement to the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, clasping the hands, pushing the palms up, creating a long stretch. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor, spending the next few breaths here with the palms of the hands maybe spread out on the floor, maybe you're on the fingertips, and just bringing the awareness to the hands, to the fingertips, noticing the contact of the hands with the ground, noticing the sensation. And then adding a little bit movement here, gently rocking the body from side to side. Imagine you're bringing the armpit towards the knee, one side at a time. Maybe you've lifted the palms of the hands so you're on the fingertips. Nice long breath. Noticing the sensation in the lower back, in the hips. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the right arm up, looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, tipping to the left, creating a long stretch on the right side. Inhale, back to the center, switching arm, looking up. Exhale, tipping to the right. Inhale, back to the center, switching arm. Exhale, tipping to the left. Inhale, back to the center, lifting the other arm. Exhale, tipping to the side. Inhale, coming back to the center, lifting both arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right, right arm behind the body, left hand can be on the knee, twisting through the tummy, looking back. Inhale, back to the center, both arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left, right hand on the knee, left arm behind, looking back. Inhale, coming back to the center, gently releasing the legs, adding a little bit of movement, stretching the legs here. Nice long breath. Then crossing the legs, rocking forward, coming onto all four. So if you wish to bring the padding to protect the knees, feel free to do that now. And then finding the position, tabletop, all four, ready for a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, dropping the tummy, arching the back, looking ahead. Exhale, starting by tucking the pelvis in, rounding up the back all the way to the shoulders, chin comes to the chest. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. Exhale, rounding up the back. Feel free to add a bit of rocking motion here, back and forth, keeping the back rounded. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. Exhale, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back. Coming back to the neutral position here in tabletop. So hands spread out, pushing the mat away. And then from here, keeping the arms nice and straight, the back is neutral. We're simply going to work on the shoulders as we inhale, dropping the tummy, the body down. And as you exhale, pushing the mat away, lifting the shoulder blades. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Here, dropping the body, the shoulder blades are together. Exhale, pushing the body away from the mat. Shoulder blades are apart from each other. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. And exhale, up. Coming to rest on the heels for a moment. And already feeling probably the wrists are starting to wake up. So just to make sure our wrists are nice and ready for the next few moments, just circling the hands, nice long breath here, and then maybe closing, opening the hands, and then bending and stretching the arms, adding whatever movement you need. Nice long breath. Now bringing the hands behind you, leaning back, fingers pointing towards the body. When you're ready, on the next inhale, pushing the chest towards the ceiling, stretching the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and allowing the head to roll back. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, lifting back to the center. Once again, release. Now lifting the bum off the ground, bringing the hands on the floor, but turning the hands so that the fingers are pointing towards you. Nice long breath here. And then when you're here, so the wrists are pointing towards the front, fingers turn towards you, slowly releasing the bum towards the legs, and just adding that little bit of stretch here of the wrists. Nice long breath. Then lifting the hands, this time pointing the fingers towards each other, towards the center. Wrists are pointing out. And then here maybe gently rocking from side to side. Keeping the fingers on the ground, and as you rock from one side, maybe the palm of the hand lifts a little bit. And then coming back to the center, sitting on the heels. Once again, adding a little bit of movement to release. And moving the padding away. So that's when you might need to start thinking of either using the blocks or the chair. So if you're starting from the floor, going on to all four on the floor. If you're using the chair, then holding onto the chair, tucking the toes under. And then on the next inhale, lifting the hips to the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog. Nice long breath here. So if you're on the chair here, making sure you've got enough space so that the back and the arms are in alignment. Nice long breath here. And then from here, bending one knee at a time, creating space in the back of the legs as you bend one knee, pushing the heel of the other side towards the ground, walking the dog. Nice long breath here. And when you're done, coming to rest in the center, and just checking our position, checking our downward facing dog. So making sure your hands, if they're on the floor, their fingers are spread out. Big toes, looking at the feet, big toes pointing towards each other. You may need to have the knees a little bit bent. The heels can be off the ground if your hands are on the floor. If your hands are on the chair, then your feet are flat on the floor. And as you're here, lifting the navel, so sucking the tummy in. Nice long breath here. From here, gently rocking the hips from side to side. So keeping the hands really grounded, really rooted on the floor. Nice long breath here. And then coming back to the center. One more breath here. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the feet towards the front. One foot right side of the hand, other foot to the other side. So if you're on the chair, maybe you want to bring the hands back down now on the floor. And then slowly releasing the hips down, coming into Malasana, yogi squat. From here, maybe gently rocking from side to side. Just to find that position for the hips. Really becoming aware of the sensation in the joints. And when you're done, coming to rest in the center. And if you're ready, maybe as you inhale, bringing the hands in prayer pose. Elbows pushing against your knees. Nice long breath here. On the next exhale, releasing the hands back down. Inhale, starting to lift the hips, realigning the feet a little bit, but keeping space between the feet. The knees are still bent. And then resting the tummy on top of the thighs until you can lift the hands off the floor, grabbing hold of opposite elbows here. And ready to ragdoll, swinging from side to side. Just using gravity to pull the body, the upper body towards the floor. No tension in the neck, no tension in the shoulders. Nice long breath. And on the next exhale, coming back to the center, release the hands on the mat. As you next inhale, lifting the body, only going halfway up until the hands are off the ground, keeping the back rounded, knees are still bent. And then from here, dangling the arms, creating a little bit of motion here, circling the arms, noticing the sensation the movement of the arms is creating in the lower back, in the shoulder blades. Nice long breath here. And then as you next inhale, carrying on the journey upward, slowly stacking up the spine, coming to standing position. Nice long breath here. Once again, circling the arms, creating nice long movement here. Nice long breath. Stepping the feet to the front of the mat. If you've got the chair, make sure you've got enough space. Feet together. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, keeping the knees bent if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, back parallel to the mat. Exhale, hands on the floor, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, coming into high plank. Spending the next few breaths here in high plank. So making sure the body is really active. Legs are squeezed together, lifting the tummy towards the back. Nice long breath here. A lot of activity. On the next exhale, slowly releasing the knees down, and then gently releasing the body on the heels, sitting down. Once again, feel free to add a little bit of movement here for the arms, whatever you need, just releasing any tension. Coming back onto all four, once again, if you're using the chair, bringing the hands on the chair, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. Once again, checking our position. Hands, fingers are spread out. Feet, big toes towards each other a little bit. And then exploring a little bit, if you're in downward facing dog with the hands and the feet on the ground, exploring the distance between the feet and the hands that work for you. Some people have it quite wide, so maybe walking the hands away a little bit more further out, widening that space. Or maybe you may want to try to bring the hands a little bit more towards the feet, readjusting, closing down the downward facing dog. See what works for you. And then when you're finding that position that works the best for you, visualizing the weight of the body being sent towards the legs. Ready to explore different variation of downward facing dog. So currently on 4 limbs. And then ready to lift. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, right foot comes back down. Inhale, left foot goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Inhale, left. Exhale, back down. One more breath here. On the next exhale, slowly release the knees back down, coming back to the floor, sitting on the heels, and just taking a moment to release the arms, release the wrists. Probably feeling a lot happening in the elbows, in the wrists, in the forearms, and in the shoulders. It's a really brilliant exercise to build the upper body strength. Nice long breath. If you're ready to carry on, back onto all 4. Tucking the toes under. Again, either hands on the chair or on the floor, or on the blocks. Inhale, hips to the ceiling. Back into downward facing dog. Once again, playing and exploring the variation of downward facing dog, three-legged downward facing dog, and going to two-legged downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, back down. Switching side, inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, back down. Switching limbs now. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Once again with the arms. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Ready for two-legged dog. So you may try and see, maybe you want to bring one leg, one arm up at the same time. Maybe you want to bring the leg first, right leg up, and then left arm up, and then exhale back down. It's taking strength, but also a lot of balance. So making sure you're making a rectangular shape with the hands and the feet so that you're nice and stable. Switching side, inhale, left leg up, right arm up. Exhale down, inhale, right leg up, left arm up. Exhale back down. Once again, inhale, left leg up, right arm up. And you don't have to bring the arm very high up. Maybe your fingertips are on the ground. Exhale down. Two more of those. Inhale, right leg up, left arm up. Exhale down. Last switch. Inhale, left leg up, right arm up. Exhale back down. Slowly release the knees on the ground. Coming to rest on the heels. Oh, nice long breath. Taking the time to give the hands, the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders a little bit of a moment of respite. So maybe circling the shoulders here, bringing the hands on the shoulders, and then circling the shoulders, creating big circles with the elbows, and then in the other direction. Nice long breath. Ready for a little bit more? Back onto all four, hands either on the floor or on the chair or on the block, depending on the options you've decided to take. Inhale, lifting the hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. Feeling nice and stable here. On the next inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, bringing the right foot all the way to the front on the right side of the right hand. So if you're on the chair, simply bringing it near to the chair. And then allowing the hips to align. Coming into lizard's pose. So if you're on the chair, same thing here, aligning the body. And then from here, on the next inhale, opening to the right. Right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Once more, inhale, opening to the right. Right arm goes up. And exhale, back down. Sending the right foot to the back of the mat, coming into high plank. Inhale, hips to the ceiling. Back into downward facing dog. One or two breaths here, ready for the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Exhale, left foot to the left side of the left hand. And then aligning the body, allowing the hips to sink a little bit, coming into lizard's pose. One or two breaths here. Inhale, opening to the left. Left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, opening to the left. Left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. One breath here, and then on the next exhale, sending the left foot to the back of the mat, coming into high plank. Nice long breath. Inhale, hips to the ceiling. Back into downward facing dog. One or two breaths here. Ready to bring the feet and frame the hands, coming into Malasana. So for the next option, for the next move, you've got the options of either stepping one foot at a time or maybe jumping the feet when you're ready. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping or jumping the feet to the front of the mat, Coming back into Malasana, and then lifting the hands in prayer pose. Nice long breath. You can always take that option here. Take a moment to stretch the arms, release the elbows, circle the hands. And then when you're ready, exhale, hands back down onto the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, back into high plank. One breath here, inhale, pushing the hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. One breath here, inhale, right leg goes up. As you next exhale, bringing the right hand all the way to the front between the hands. Feel free to grab at the ankle to bring the foot forward. If you're on the chair, simply bring the foot in the middle here at the front. And when you're ready, so the back foot is on the tiptoes, front foot in the center, pointing forward. Inhale, pushing the chest, arms to the ceiling, coming into high lunge. Nice long breath. You always have the option, move the arms, do whatever you need. One more breath. Exhale, hands back down, either on the chair or on the floor, framing your right foot and sending the right foot to the back of the mat, high plank. So if you're on the chair, you're also on high plank here. Nice long breath. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Ready for the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, left foot to the front, middle of the mat, between the hands. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms to the ceiling, high lunge. One or two breaths here. Feel free to move the arms, whatever you need. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward, framing your foot with your hands, hands on the floor, sending the left foot to the back of the mat, releasing the knees down, and coming to rest on the heels. Nice long breath here. Just noticing any sensation happening in the shoulders, the arms, maybe the legs as well. Ready to come back into downward facing dog. Hands on the chair, hands on the floor, whichever you prefer. Tucking the toes under, inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One breath here. On the next exhale, pivoting the body forward, coming into high plank. So you may need to readjust the hands and the feet. So from high plank, trying to keep the hands and the feet where they are. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Don't worry, the heels don't touch the ground. You may need to bend the knees. Exhale, back into high plank. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, back, hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. One or two breaths here. Moving into Malasana, stepping or jumping. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, step or jump, feet to the front. Coming into Malasana, lifting the chest, hands in prayer pose. Once again, that's a good opportunity to move the arms, move the wrists. Nice long breath here. Just taking one or two moments. And then on the next exhale, keeping the shape, bringing the hands on the floor. Inhale, opening to the right, right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, opening to the left, left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Once again, inhale, opening to the right, right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Last one, inhale, opening to the left, left arm goes up. And exhale, back down, hands on the floor. Inhale, lifting the hips, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, back into high plank. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, coming back into downward facing dog. And just spending the next few breaths here. Just really taking a moment to notice everything that's going on in this pose, especially after we've done this a few times. Fingers are spread out, big toes pointing towards each other, knees maybe a bit bent. And checking the shoulders. So see if the shoulders are stuck to the ears. And if they are, just rolling the shoulders out, creating space between the ears and the shoulders. Doing this again, shrugging the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, allowing the shoulders to roll out. Inhale, pushing the arms, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, rolling the shoulders out. Inhale, shrugging the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, rolling it out. One more breath here. On the next exhale, slowly releasing the knees down, sitting on the heels. Well done. That was a lot of downward facing dog. Now it's time to give ourselves a little break, making sure we're releasing all the tension. So sitting on the heels, feel free to move anything you need to move. Nice long breath here. And then when you're ready from here, bringing the right arm bent in front of you. And as you exhale, wrapping the left one underneath and around, eagle arms. Nice long breath here. Now leading with the elbows. Imagine you're trying to write a big O, so big circle in the air, pushing the elbows to the left, to the top, to the right, and to the bottom, and allowing the chest to follow the movement. Nice long breath. Allowing the back to do whatever it needs, just following that circling movement. Now when you've done it in one direction, switching side, doing the circling motion towards the other side. Nice long breath. And on the next exhale, gently release the arms, adding a little bit of motion here, ready for the other side. Inhale, lifting the left arm bent in front of you. Exhale, wrapping the right one underneath and around. And same thing here, using the elbows, leading with the elbows, creating big circling motion. Nice long breath. Allowing the chest to follow the movement. And when you've done it a few times in one direction, then switching sides, switching the direction. Nice long breath. And on the next exhale, slowly release the arms. Coming onto all four, just tapping the back of the feet on the ground, maybe gently stretching the legs, adding a little bit of movement. And still from all four, as you next inhale, stretching the right leg up. As you exhale, pivoting to the right, lifting the right arm up, stretching all the way through the right side. Nice long breath. Looking up towards the ceiling underneath the right armpit. And on the next exhale, pivoting back towards the mat, ready to switch side, right knee on the floor. Inhale, stretching the left leg. Exhale, pivoting the body to the left, lifting the left arm up, stretching all the way through the left side. Nice long breath here. And exhale, slowly coming back down to the center, sitting on the heels for a moment. Bringing a block if you want. At the front, you may or may not wish to use it. Back onto all four. Gonna go back a bit, making sure you've got space if you still have the chair in front of you. And then stepping the hands a little bit more further out. Big inhale here, exhale, sinking the chest and the armpit towards the mat. So as you can see the block, you can either use the block to rest the forehead. If you're quite open, maybe you want to bring the chin on the block. So you might need to move the block a bit, creating quite a stretch here for the neck and the upper side of the body and the spine. Extended puppy. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, lifting back up, move the block. If you wish to bring some padding for the knees, you can, feel free to do that. And then back onto all four, ready to thread the needle. On the next inhale, opening to the right, right arm goes up. Exhale, bringing the right arm underneath the left shoulder. Right shoulder finds the mat, the head finds the mat. Stretching the left arm here. Maybe you want to wrap the left arm behind your back. See what works. Breathing through the stretch. And on the next inhale, coming back to the center, back onto all four. Feel free to add whatever bit of movement you need here. And then settling back into all four. Inhale, lifting the left arm up to the left side. Exhale, left arm underneath the right shoulder. The head finds the mat, stretching the right arm here. Maybe wrapping the right arm behind the back. Spending the next few breaths here. And on the next inhale, back to the center. Feel free to add a bit of movement. So keeping that position, I'm going to turn around so you can see a bit better what's going on. So same position, starting with all four, but this time, while we thread the needle, we're going to have one leg stretched out. So starting with the right leg, stretching the right leg on the right side. Right foot is in alignment with your left knee. And then from here, inhale, lifting the left arm, opening to the left side. Exhale, bringing the left arm all the way underneath the right shoulder. And see if you can grab on to the right leg. So you may need to shuffle a little bit. And then releasing the left shoulder down. Head is on the mat, stretching the right arm. Maybe wrapping the right arm behind the back. Maybe even stretching the right arm towards the ceiling. See what works for you, and notice the difference of sensation between threading the needle with both knees on the ground and threading the needle with one leg stretched out. Nice long breath here. And on the next exhale, back to the center, back onto all four, ready for the other side. Stretching the left leg to the left side. Inhale, opening to the right. Right arm goes up. Exhale, right arm underneath the left shoulder. Finding a way to grab on to the left leg. Right shoulder comes down. Stretching the left arm. Maybe wrapping the left arm behind the back. Maybe pointing the arm towards the ceiling. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, coming back to the center, back onto all four. And then sitting on the heels. I'm going to turn around so you can see what's happening from here. Inhale, opening the arms to the side. As you exhale, bringing the hands behind the back. So you've got a couple of options. The first one, probably the most challenging, hands in the reverse prayer pose. palm to palm behind the back. And if you're here, making sure you're pushing the elbows towards the back, really opening the shoulders here. If that's a bit too tricky, simply holding on to the forearms here, and then using the fingers. You may see my fingers crawling up my arms, bringing the arms together until I can perhaps hold on to opposite elbows here. So picking the position that works best for you and spending the next few moments here. Nice long breath. And on the next exhale, slowly release the arms. Coming back onto all four, tapping the back of the legs on the ground. And removing the padding and making sure you've got space at the front here on the side and on the side. And slowly lowering yourself down on the tummy. Extending the arms on the other side here like a T. And then keeping the left arm stretched on the left side. So the left hand is in alignment with your left shoulder. You're just spreading the left arm to the side, bringing the right hand right underneath the shoulders here. Nice long breath here. As you next inhale, starting to push with the right hand to gently pivot the body. So you're lifting the chest to the right side. Right leg goes up and then finding the floor with the right foot. So just coming behind the left leg is stretched on the side on the floor. And then slowly releasing the head down. So using that right hand for support. And as if you're rolling the body onto the left arm. Nice long breath. Spending the next few breaths here. Last breath. And then on the next exhale, slowly rolling back on the tummy. And ready to switch side. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right arm spread out to the side. Inhale, pushing through the left arm, lifting the chest, lifting the left leg. Left foot finds the ground. Nice long breath here. And on the next exhale, slowly rolling back on the tummy, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, pushing yourself back up, coming back to all four, then coming to rest on the heels. Getting ourselves ready for Shavasana. So feel free to move the chair if you were using the chair, you can move it now. And then basically doing whatever you need. So if you need to put a jumper on, bring your blanket, close the curtains, whatever you need to be really nice and comfortable for the next few moments. And when you're ready, lowering yourself onto the mat, lying on the back. Legs a little bit apart with the feet flopping to the side. Arms away from the body, palms facing up. Gently rolling the head from side to side here, just to find that neutral position for the neck. And closing the eyes. Taking one big inhale through the nose. And releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Sending a signal to the mind, to the body, that it's now time to settle down. releasing any tension from anywhere in the body, allowing the body to feel heavier and heavier, sinking into the mat a little bit deeper and deeper with each breath, as if melting with the ground, merging with the floor, and feeling safe here, knowing Mother Earth is there to support you, and bringing the awareness to the thoughts and observing if any thoughts are still coming to the mind, allowing those thoughts to simply roll away, just like clouds in the sky being pushed away by the wind, revealing the blue sky behind, your inner peace, allowing you to simply be. Bringing the awareness back to the breath. Starting to wiggle the toes, the fingers, gently bringing movement back into the body. Bending the legs, lifting the knees to the chest, holding on to the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Coming to rest onto one side, head supported by the hands, knees to the chest, eyes are still closed. Just taking one final moment before reconnecting with the rest of the day. And when you're ready, no rush. Slowly pushing yourself back up, back to seated position, cross-legged. Hands resting on the knees. Eyes still closed. Taking one inhale, opening the arms wide to the side. Exhale, closing the arms, giving yourself a hug here. Bringing the hands on the shoulder blades. Wrapping yourself in kindness, love, and care. And releasing the hands, hands in prayer pose. Bringing the hands to the forehead. May our thoughts be filled with kindness and compassion. Bringing the hands to the mouth. May our words be filled with kindness and compassion. And finally, bringing the hands to the heart. May our action be filled with kindness and compassion. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this session.